May I? GK, may I address our council? May I address, okay. This is filed under, I guess, new business, right? So where we are right now in our council, it's a very transitory period. Everybody here is aware that we lost our main source of funding, right? So this past year, we donated a total of $17,000 to the parish, to the school, and to the other ministries here at St. Philomena. Where did that money come from? From the fireworks. Basically, the past year, 2024, we spent essentially a week's worth of work to earn the $17,000 amount. We earned more, but like the net of that was roughly $18,000, which we had to donate locally in the city, right? Now again, we do not anymore have that source of funding moving forward. And we are continuing to be solicited, case in point right now, right? So it's very, very important that all of us really get together to come up with ideas on how we, as a council, can continue to raise funds. What we've been doing these past year and a half has been the bingo, and the GK has been our bingo manager for the past year and a half. Now, the fact that he is going on his mission, that kind of puts that also in a transition, right? So we absolutely need everybody, all hands on deck, with regards to helping raise funds. Because again, these go back to the parish, to the school, and all the various ministries, St. Vincent de Paul, and the other ministries that we support here. So part of what I want for us to do, yes, we support, like the ministry fair, the coffee and donuts things here, but we definitely need to do more. And I'm thinking that we can do taco sales, fish fries. I know we've already talked about tournaments, whether it's a table tennis tournament, a chess tournament, just charge a small fee to join the tournament. And then we have the tournament here, and then afterwards we recognize winners. That's, some form of income for us, right? But we definitely need more ideas to come in, because $18,000, that's not change you're gonna find under the couch, right? We need every single member to really come up with ideas, and not just all of us here. It's important that we bring in the rest of the members that are part of our council too. Because at last count, we have how many members? We have 300 plus, right, officially on the roster. And unfortunately, not everybody shows up. And that's part of the reason why, our district deputy wanted for the exemplification ceremony to happen this past weekend. And we got
Unfortunately, only
five official ones, which means that we still have 40 roughly that had expressed interest to join our council. And definitely one thing that I want for us to do is obviously to bring in new members, but there's also an acronym called BOMB, Bring Old Members Back. So I'm going to be counting on all of us here to reach out to our existing members, those members that that have not been showing up. We need to be calling them, we need to be texting them, telling them, hey, we have this meeting coming up, we have this bingo coming up, we have this whatever event we have, and just invite them to, to show up and to support, right? It's not just the folks, the gentlemen that are here up front that are responsible for that. It's gonna take everybody to support that. And much like what the Grand Night has shown this past year, it's by no means it's a one-man show, right? We need everybody to really kind of buy in to that concept, because at the end of the day, we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for our parish, right? And for selfish reasons too, we kind of build up our service in our hearts too, because that's part of our faith, is that service part, right? And obviously, you here, there's a reason you're here tonight, right? That means that you already agree with at least some of what I'm saying here. But we still have a lot of brothers out there that they're knights on paper, but they haven't been showing up. And that's what the district deputy has been talking about, that list that we need to update, the affiliate members, right? So that's definitely something that we need to update because we're actually spending money on these members that are on paper. And they're not doing anything for us, right? So that's something that I want all of us to really take that to heart, is to encourage our members to join us, because at this point it's a huge transition, not just in terms of what we're able to do, because trust me, we're going to continue to get solicited for sponsorship, whether it's like this past weekend for Father Allen. Coming up is Brother JP. Now, I fully support that, Brother JP. He is a Brother Knight. So that's obviously something we should be doing. But there's going to be other ministries that will be reaching out to us, for whatever other events that they have. And that's why it's important that we need to refill our coffers, because we lost technically $18,000.
60% of the income has been lost. And I'm just gonna add to our future grand night, I'm gonna add, we have to be responsible Christians, and we have to be real.
Yes.
60% of the income has been removed with the fireworks. That 40% back can cover the operational expenses. The things that you have to spend money on. Not the option, not the things that are option, but the minimum operational expenses. Get about $3,000 or $4,000 in fees from the 200 members we have. Typically, since I've been here, this is kind of what we make about $3,000 to $4,000. That's not a lot of money. Then we have the single trips, which gives you about $1,000 when you take the trip. If you do it, of course, you don't do it every month. So roughly about $7,000 to $8,000 a year we make out of the single trip. That's about $12,000.
We do it quarterly, so that's only $4,000.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that the best you can do is about so I'm just giving you the best case scenario, not the worst case scenario. You're talking about $4,000, $8,000, about $12,000. And then of course you can, the bingo stuff, and the bingo is not a lot of money, because if you make $1,000 a month, and you keep 50% of that, it's only $500, that's only like $5,000 a year. Just $5,000 a year, if you keep 50% of it, you're not going to be replacing $18,000 that you just lost. So, that means that the operational expenses are around $12,000 a year. So what you have left is $4,000 to $5,000 if you keep the thing around to spend for the entire year, $5,000. So this is my advice to you. Earn it before you spend it. Don't spend it if you haven't earned it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to go to your so-called savings that we have there. That we did, somebody else passed that on to us. But I'll tell you that, you go through those savings, and there's no organization that survives without money. Not even the church. That's why they do election. The church needs money. The church can't survive without money. So don't think that you are going to go through that savings and have no money in 2 or 3 years, and you're going to survive. Because no organization survives without money. Protect that little savings you've got. And earn it before you spend it. And if you haven't earned it, don't spend it. That's the best advice I can give you, from the bottom of my heart.
Elected Reverend Coach Marmine, you were surprised that Coach Marmine said 50, we will give 50%, and we give the office in Father Francis Terry is aware of the situation that we are right now as a Brother Nine. So speaking within, we were able to now facilitate the They don't need no help, they don't need no support from the United States Columbus, this way we're gonna issue the check
Okay, good,
off
good.
of that. So with that, that's the good news, that's coming from the office and our Father Francis. And speaking of fundraiser, Father Tommy wants the United States Columbus to take the lead and promote and start selling jar signs. The jar sign that you put it in your house, in the front lawn, or with that he has gave me a design. However, I'm not going to proceed without the council approve. So that Father Tommy wants us to start doing it since March. And we haven't been able to go he wants the Knights of Columbus to go ahead and sell jar signs, and the proceeds is gonna be for the Knights of Columbus. Father Tommy doesn't want nothing. Of course, if he needs help, and the same thing, when the church needs help, we're gonna have all those funds also available if they need help. With that, thank you.
I have a question. So, right now, as it stands, bigger proceeds, are we giving each money, or are we gonna